5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We have ignition. Strap in. You're about to listen to the hottest sounds in the mix. In the mix.
Hey y'all, what's up?
What's going on?
We're back on the scene. Yeah. Meeting the authentic you conversations with Whitney and Dwayne. Gonna get this moving. I am we're live streaming on Instagram, as well as about to live stream on Facebook. So you guys can connect with us.
InTheMixRadio.com. That's 2 X's. In the Mix. MIXX. Radio.com.
We want you to make sure you call in and vibe with us. We got to be saying vibe.
That's the vibe. I'm telling you, that's the language.
Vibe with us tonight. Welcome everyone who has joined us for the first time.
Yeah.
Everyone else who has been rocking with us for about 5 weeks.
Yeah.
Week 5.
Week 5. Oh
goodness, God is good. Week 5.
5 is synonymous to grace.
Yes.
We operating from the grace, within the grace, the measure of grace. Come on, Whit, let's get to it.
Yes, let's get to it. So, Meeting the Authentic You book, that's what inspired our podcast.
Yeah.
And we have conversations that we want to share with you.
Yeah.
We want you to.
Yeah, it's on the screen. Check us out.
It's on the screen. Check us out. Meeting the Authentic You. You can get that at Barnes & Noble's, Amazon.com, wherever books are sold. So make sure you can go online and purchase the book.
Yeah.
Purchase the book. So we can vibe. So you can vibe with us. We can get in the conversation with us, and go through the process.
Yeah,
right?
Grow through the process, transform through the process, heal through the process. Yeah, let's get into it.
Okay, I'm just making sure I'm checking my Facebook people because I want to make sure you are on the scene with us.
Yeah, Facebook, Instagram.
There we go.
Everybody online with us right now. In the Mix Radio, whoever's tuned in with us live right now.
No
social media outlets. Let's go. Thank you all for tuning in. Shout out to all my followers right now. We got the people tuning in right now. Don't leave. Stay with us. Give us your undivided attention. I promise you, you're going to hear something you never heard before, and it's going to help connect the dots. And you're going to be able to be on a new path, a new journey. You're going to be energetic. You're going to be alive. You're not going to be emotional in your feelings and stuck. You're going to be aware, alert. You're going to be in tune, baby. Let's go. Stick around. Stay around. Don't just lay around. Let's get to it.
Let's get to it. I'm just making sure everybody, we are sharing this video, this live video on all our pages so they can have access to it.
Let's go. Get to the business. Get to the business.
Let's get to the business we want people to see. So let's get to the business. So talk about your Vibe With Me sweaters.
Vibe With Me sweaters real quick, man. The Vibe With Me movement, once again, is taking off. It's an army that's going on. Y'all see it right there real quickly. Sweatshirts is popping. We're going to get to the T-shirts. And the Vibe With Me movement is pretty much, it's about energy. That's what the Vibe With Me movement is all about. It's about good energy, good vibes. A lot of people nowadays, they just emotional. They in their feelings all the time, and they ain't really got no vibe. Their vibe is horrible, it's whack, it's depressing, it's sad. And I'm sorry to say that, but I got to call it for what it is. So this Vibe With Me movement, it's about energy, high-level energy that's coming from up above, that's giving us what it is we need to progress, to persevere, to move forward and not stay stuck. That's what the Vibe With Me movement is all about. So when you see me, check this out. I need you to just say, oh, that's the kid Vibe With Me. That's what it's all about. Vibe with me, high-level energy coming from up above to help us overcome. That's what it's about.
Energy.
Get your sweater, get your sweatshirt, get your hoodie. I'll get it to you. I want to shake your hand. If I can't shake your hand, if you're in another state, it's all right. I'll meet you at some point at some time.
All right. Vibe with me. Go get it. I have a women's empowerment conference every year. This is our 3rd annual Women's Empowerment Conference. Go get it. This year's theme is celebrating you.
Yes,
celebrating you. So, as you see, the flyer is up.
Yeah.
November 3rd, 2018. If you're a transformational speaker,
there you go.
Exhibitor, if you want to be a part of this movement, just contact me. We are looking for transformational speakers. We're looking for people to join in the movement. So hit me up, info@gogetit empowermentconference.com, or you can hit me up on my Facebook page or Instagram. But definitely, if you want to be a part of this conference, Celebrating You, where we're going to have workshops, women networking with each other.
Yeah.
And us just changing and transforming.
There you go.
So you definitely want to be in the building. It's our 3rd year, and we're just growing. Thanks be to God. I'm so excited about it.
There you go. There you
All
go.
right.
There you go.
So what's your social media information, your contact?
Social
link,
media,
get in contact with
IG,
you?
D.Graham3. Follow me at D.Graham3 on Instagram, Facebook. Mr. Graham is God's child. Follow me. You're going to get this energy every single day. What I told the people the other day, you're not getting this energy every day from nobody out here nowadays. People give it to you on Sunday, maybe they'll give it to you when they in the mood. You getting it from me every day. So you want this energy, you want this vibe, I'm telling you, D.Graham3 on Instagram and Mr. Graham is God's child on Facebook. I ain't all over the place, but I'm in the right place. You need to holler at me. Let's get to it. What's your social media handle?
I am Whitney D. Smith. Hit me up on that. Facebook, Whitney Smith. And if you even go on D. Graham's page, you'll be able to contact me as well. So Whitney Smith, hit me up, and so we can chat, and you can get our spirit check shirts. But we also have our Monday Morning Glory Prayer Conference call every Monday morning, where Dwayne and I we encourage, we pray, we teach. Yeah. And this we've been doing for about 5 years now. And as you see, the flyer is up. You can call in every Monday morning at 7, from 7 to 7:15, 515-739-1015, passcode 383812.
Monday Morning Glory.
662. All right?
Every Monday. We've been rocking and rolling. I'm sorry, we're for the last
now.
5 years. We've been rocking every Monday. We there to help you start the week. We're going to get you guys the number so you guys can call in when it's time to call in the mixradio.com. 2 X's, not 1. MIXX. The number is 914-969-6499 or 718-705-4959 in the Mixed Radio. Let's get into it.
Oh, we got a call already. We didn't even do our spirit check yet.
Hey, let's get into it. Who's on the line? Who holler at us? Vibe with us.
D. Graham was popping.
Oh, what's going on, good brother? Who's on the line? Say your name. Where you from? What city you in?
Right now, I'm in Miami. My name PT. I'm from Harlem.
Ooh, we got the yams in the building. What's going on, PT? How you feeling tonight?
I'm chilling, man. I'm just checking in to show you some love, big bro. I see what you and the lady girl doing. I'm feeling the vibe, bro.
That lady girl.
Yeah, yo, thank you so much for calling in, little bro. You already know, man. We family. I love you to death. Thank you so much for the consistent, ongoing support. It's definitely needed in a time where people just want to watch you instead of support you. So I'm definitely grateful, man, that you decided to show that love, man. Thank you so much. Good vibes, good energy. Stay safe. Enjoy Miami. And you already know what to do when you moving the way you move.
Man, Miami sounds nice. Thanks for calling in. Thank you
already
so
know what
much.
it is, man. Shout out to Vibe. Vibing with y'all, man. Y'all keep doing y'all thing. Stay.
Oh, thank you so much. I love it.
Yeah,
I love the support.
yeah. All the way for MIA. He ain't too far away. That's what I'm talking about, PT. I love you to death. Thank you so much.
I love it. So this
is ready.
Oh, thank you so much. Enjoy Miami.
Yeah, too. Thank you.
Thank you. I would love to be in Miami.
On that note, let's get into the spirit check. PT, I love you, my G.
Oh, goodness. My spirit. You see my spirit check shirt? Oh,
Yeah.
Howard. Woo, the pink. The black.
Hey, get it. Oh, rock with it. Hey, rock with it. Hey. Okay, well, how's your spirit tonight? Stay focused. Stay focused.
Stay focused. My spirit is feeling. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good. The energy that we have today, powerful week. I did have some challenges. However,
right.
I look at my challenges as opportunities. But God is good. My spirit is great. I'm energized, and I want to give you guys this energy.
Right,
so
right.
I'm good. How's your spirit?
My spirit right now, I was just sharing last week, and I'm still consistent with it this week and weeks prior to this week with that. Emotions don't equip me. Nah. Emotions don't open doors. Energy is what introduces me. Energy is what makes a person say, I want to meet that person. I love his vibe. I love his energy. So my spirit on tonight, in spite of the challenges that's coming, that's trying to make me feel some kind of way, I got to keep this energy consistent. And on tonight, I got to make sure my energy is on a supernatural level when we come in here to get these people this energy. So tonight my spirit is on heaven, as
You're
I
on
said
heaven.
last week. I'm on heaven time right now. I'm
You're
on heaven's
on
time.
heaven.
I'm not on hell's time tonight. I'm on
No,
heaven's
no.
time tonight.
We
Let's
both
get
on
into it.
heaven's time. Shoot. All right, so we have a segment. Thank you. Let's check everybody who's watching us real quick.
Okay, let's shout them out. Let's get
Hey
into
guys on Facebook, I want to say thank you for joining us. Make sure you call in. Let's see. I know Arian is on.
it.
Right?
Yeah.
What's
yeah,
up,
yeah.
A? You
hey,
always
Gwen. Hey. Yeah.
You always supporting us.
I'm
LaShawn.
bad. You mad? What's going on? Hey, Arian. Let's go. They on my live too. Let's get into it.
Oh,
Yeah.
here we go. LaShawn was.
Reese Wonder, what's going on? How you doing? I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I'm
Keep
sorry.
Shout out your people. Go ahead. I'll go next.
Yeah. Let's get into it.
You
Fit
see
Mile, let's go. My bro PT, he called in. Yeah, we just thankful for everybody who's calling in.
Yeah, that's what's up. LaShawn, Toya, I see you're on. And share the live feed.
Yeah, Jay
Share the
Stay
live
Fly, what's
feed.
going on? Yeah, I love it. Let's go. Let's get into it.
Share the live feed. Let's go. Share the live feed because it's more interactive. So make sure you call in 914-969-MIX. That's 2 X's 6499. 914-969-6499 or 718-705-4959. We want to hear from you.
And shout out to everybody who's not on Facebook or Instagram right now, but you may be checking us out live right now on InTheMix.com. Right. We shout you guys out. We thank you for tuning in with us. And also, we got a call. We got a caller. Let's get into it.
Oh, that's what's up. God, we didn't even get into the topic yet. Let's
go. Who on the line with us? Hello?
Y'all left already?
Somebody's
Hello?
on the line. Hello? Come on, talk to us, baby. We ain't got a lot of time.
We only
They
on
hung
for
up.
an hour.
They hung up. Let's
Oh,
keep
they
it
hung up.
moving.
Okay,
Let's
let's
go.
keep it moving. So-
Call back if you want to talk to us, baby. We still here. We're going to be here at 9:30. Let's get into it.
All right, so listen, we got a segment. What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's going on?
What's
Hey,
going on?
let's get into it with what's
What's
going
going
on? Hey.
So this is a segment where we discuss anything that's on our heart as far as what's going on in the community, in our world.
Yeah.
And, I thought it was dope when I was, looking at the news and I saw that Tracy Morgan received his Hollywood star 2 days ago.
Shout out to
That's
Tracy
so
Morgan.
Dope.
Shout out to him.
Because the thing is that he's been through so much. Remember that
Right.
accident? He had an accident where he almost lost his life. A tractor trailer crashed into his limousine. I think he was coming home from an airport or something like that. But and at the same time, he grew up in the projects, and he had like a difficult life. So for him to be from,
Right. From the mud.
if you want to call it, to like Hollywood now, so to speak, or to reach that, I think that's a great accomplishment and a
Right.
great story. So I wanted to share that. I want to talk about because I think that's very dope. There's light at the end of the tunnel. Like, you're not, it's not always where you start or the cards that you have been dealt. It's how you work those cards, how you play those cards. You know what I mean? And how you finish. Not that he's finished, but it's just a dope story.
I think that's dope, man, and I think that it's important to highlight individuals because we live in a time where we're tending to focus on so much of the negatives, being critical, being fault finding, being judgmental. That it's not a lot of celebratory news going on
Of our people too.
especially that. More importantly, that those who come from the bottom, those who come from the mud, those who was able to rise and persevere and endure. Because I'm pretty sure when after that crash, he was in that hospital. I'm pretty sure he felt hopeless, depressed, and a wide range of different emotions. But for him to actually get to this point where he's now being acknowledged, and shout out to his show. It's one of the funniest shows right now that's on television on TBS. The Last OG. That means there's no more OGs after Tracy Morgan. So I think that's super dope. It's super funny. Check that show out
Tiffany
on
Haddish
TBS.
is on there too.
Yeah, shout out to her too. She's also winning. I enjoy the show, man. I love the vibe. I love the energy that these guys are actually living in right now. No time for anybody who's hating or just who's just making time for just being critical and fault finding. Just it's not. It don't cost you nothing to celebrate nobody.
No. And at the same time, I just want to say Martin Lawrence gave him his first break on his show,
and he was the one that was with him.
Yeah,
taking pictures, celebrating them.
And do we have that video?
Yeah, there it is. Check us
there you
out.
go. See, look.
Look at Martin Lawrence on
His first break.
Yeah, that's super
That's
dope.
so dope.
Yeah, Hustle Man. That's when he was Hustle Man.
Oh yeah, Hustle Man.
He was Hustle Man. Pick up the pieces. Pick up the pieces.
dreamed to have a star on the Walk of Fame. But now I'm here. I have to tell you, I feel pretty comfortable. And no, I'll tell you why. Because the smell of weed and stale urine is just like being in the projects, man. I'll tell you what really makes me feel at home if somebody spray painted graffiti on my star.
This man right here is a legend. He's going down.
That's super dope, man.
Oh,
round of applause for Tracy Morgan tonight.
Yeah,
round of applause for Tracy Morgan, man. That's super dope,
that Martin
man.
Lawrence was there celebrating with him. The one that, said, my brother, I see something in you. We're not in competition. It's about, and that's we talked about that last week.
Super dope.
I'm here to pull you up and put you down because I see some potential in you. I think that's so dope, and that's how we, as a community, lift each other and build,
that's dope.
man.
That's dope. I think that's dope.
No hate.
And
just love.
And we can use that as a segue, right? As a segue to get into our topic of conversation of I Have a Dream. Right?
And I Have a Dream is from where?
Oh yeah, let's get into it. Show the people the book, Meeting Authentic You. Let's get into it.
Here we go.
Barnes and Noble. You guys might want to get your copy. It's a pretty simple yet profound, transformative, transparent read that Whitney and I are getting into some of the experiences that we had in our lives, and we are using this to hopefully guide you into a deeper connection and relationship with yourself more than you desire in a relationship with somebody else. So get this book, Barnes and Noble. I'll guarantee you there's something in here that will assist you and bless you and put you on a new path and usher you away from the stress and the depression of somebody else's.
Yes.
I was about to curse, but I'm not. I'm working on some stuff today, right? But you get what I'm trying to say to you. So get the book, check us out, vibe with us, Meeting Authentic You, Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne, inspirational messages to help you meet you. Ooh, that was my Lenny.
Meet your authentic you.
That was my Lenny Green voice right there. Hot 97, 98.7. Let me stop.
98. No, you showing age. 98.7.
Okay, let's get into it. So I love that story about Tracy Morgan and Martin Lawrence, because if I can go biblical real quick before we get into the book, right? I love the story of Jesus being out on the water, and he tells Peter, Peter says, "Lord, is that you? If it's you, tell me to come." And he says, "Yeah, come." And Jesus is out on the water, and Peter gets out of the boat away from the people that he was in the boat with, his familiarity, and he gets out of the boat and he starts to walk on this water. And before we get into the part of the story that some people like to focus on, which is him doubting and starting to sink and drown, and Jesus picking him up and putting him back in the boat, I love the fact that Jesus shared the water with him. Jesus didn't say, "Yo, I'm only one out here walking on this water, man, and stay in the boat and watch me walk on this water." Jesus said, "Nah, come on out here, man. It's enough water for both of us." So I love that part of the story because Jesus is actually sharing the water with him. So let's get into it. One of my dreams is that people will start sharing the water. People will start sharing the wealth. People will start sharing the resources. People will start sharing followers. People will start sharing these things that will help us be able to walk on water and get out of the boats that some of us, if not many of us, are complaining about. That's my dream today. But we're going to read some of the book today.
Yeah, let's do that. What part of the meditation you going to read?
Okay, we're going to read the second paragraph. I'm sorry. I have a dream that one day the past will no longer impact our decisions to take advantage of the divine present moments which usher us into hopeful futures. Let me say that line again. I have a dream that one day the past will no longer impact our decisions to take advantage of the divine present moments which usher us into hopeful futures. I have a dream that one day understanding and compassion will kill judgment. Let me say that again. I have a dream that one day understanding and compassion will kill judgment. I have a dream that one day titles will be meaningless and no longer separate us. I have a dream that one day we will awaken to the Spirit of God, which abides in us, in all of us, and we begin to do what God blew his breath in each of us to do. Let me say that again.
Say that the two sentences. Right?
Okay, let's get into it again. I have a dream that one day titles will be meaningless and will no longer separate us. I have a dream that one day we will awaken to the Spirit of God, which abides in us, and we begin to do what God blew his breath into each of us to do. That's my dream, Whit. I have that dream that's what we will start to actually see, witness, participate in, and actually start to live in. What's your thoughts about that, Whit?
The thing is, I think these last two sentences in this second paragraph is so powerful, because that one day we will awaken to the Spirit of God, which abides in us, and we begin to do what God blew his breath into each of us to do. Now, in order for in order for that to happen,
Come on.
we have to suppress and surrender our wants, our desires, okay?
What we suppressing with?
The thing is, it's not about what we want. It's not about what we want in our flesh.
Come on.
A lot of us just want to, it's the I mentality.
I like
the
that.
I ideology, okay? So the thing is that in order for our spirit to connect
There you
with
go.
God spirit,
Ooh, I love it.
okay, that's supernatural. We have to suppress our I don't want to say soul because I'm gonna get really deep. We have to
Our
suppress our desires,
There you
our will.
There you go.
Okay, because it's our free will that stops us from getting here.
Okay.
Okay,
I love it.
It's our free will, our emotions. We talked about our emotions, our desires, our wants.
Right.
The ideology that the ideologies that we have that stops us from connecting with the spirit of God.
On that note, let's read another part of it.
Let's read another part of it.
I said, I have a dream that those one day material things will no longer have more value than human relationships. Let me say that again.
That's good.
Those, right? This is my dream that those one day material things will no longer have more value than human relationships. I have a dream that one day we will value one another more in life than after death. Oh my God. That one day we will value one another more in life than after death. I have a dream that one day we will be able to live in harmony without focusing on flaws, struggles, insecurities, inadequacies, finances, or failures. Let me say that last part again. I have a dream that one day we will be able to live in harmony without focusing on flaws, struggles, insecurities, inadequacies, finances, or failures. I believe that it's difficult for us to get to the second paragraph, right? The last sentence in it, in order for us to, what abides in us, the Spirit of God, what God blew his breath into us for. It's hard for us to actually connect with that place right there and live a life of purpose and good energy and good vibe when we continue to operate in reasons for why we connect with one another because of our struggles, because of our flaws, because of our insecurities, because of our inadequacies, because of how much money we got, how much money we don't got, because of the failures. You didn't accomplish nothing. I didn't accomplish nothing. I think we go well together. But I intimidate you if I accomplish more than you accomplish. If you accomplish more than I accomplish, I'm intimidated by you. And I think that that's the reason why there's a disconnect with why a lot of these relationships don't work. And I think that we're trying to make things fit and work because of our inadequacy. God forgive me, because of our inadequacies and our insecurities.
Because we're so focused on self. We're so focused on this world, this image, though. We're so focused on what social media tells us that who we should be. We're focused on the wrong things. We allow the wrong things to lead us. Because if you're not allowing the Spirit of God to lead you, if God is not leading you, then you're following something is leading you. You're following something else. So you're putting something else on the pedestal. You understand what I'm saying? You're putting something else, whether it's social media, this is gonna get deep. Let me slow down. You're putting something else important in place.
There you go. God.
God.
Of your connection and your relationship.
Connection with God. Because the thing is, your will. Let me tell you. You know how powerful our will is. I don't want to do this. I don't want to do that.
Ooh, that's good.
Right?
That's good.
So the thing is that your spirit is not going to force you to say, "Come, let's go follow God. Let's follow God." You know what I mean? Because you're so concerned and consumed with what you want and your desires, and that free will is a beast.
Bring it to Charlie's house. I know what you wanted to say.
That free will, because the thing is that we got a call? Ooh.
Oh, somebody's on the line. We going in. Let's go. Deep. Who's on the line? What's up? Who's calling in? Talk to us.
Call in. Oh, come on, y'all. Y'all nervous? I can't hear them. Can they hear us? Who's that?
Who's on the line? All right, we ain't got a lot of time.
All right. So like I was saying.
Well, wait.
I forgot.
I love what you just said, because
what's the last thing I said?
You sparked a thought for me, and let me tell you what thought you sparked. The thought that you sparked was free will and choosing I over we, meaning God. Because the scriptures say that when God created man, he said, let us create man and woman in our image. Right. So there's a we, there's a participatory thing. There's a collective that's going on, right? So I think that because we don't subscribe, we don't believe, we're being conditioned not to value. I don't think that people are making a connection, right? People are not making a connection that their free will, their choice is disconnecting them from the connection.
Ooh. Say that again.
Their free will is disconnecting them from the connection. Let's simplify it. Your want is disconnecting you from God. You don't want what God wants for you. You want what you want for you, and you never make the connection that what you want for you is disconnecting you from your relationship with God.
Or you want what other people want for you.
Fix your chair. Don't fall. But I love what you just said. It's so true. It's both, actually, Whit. It's what you want for you, and you allowing the people that you admire, you look up to, who you think are doing better than you, to have a more powerful voice than God's voice in your life. Exactly. So you find yourself, as I shared with somebody, in greater ventures on every ride, finding yourself dizzy and confused, thinking that you're having fun, but you throwing up every single day. You throwing up guilt, you throwing up regret, you throwing up shame, you throwing up embarrassment, you throwing all of these things up because you're disconnected or because of what you want. And I think that this is a powerful conversation to start the conversation of saying I have a dream, in short, that I wish and I pray that all of us individually and collectively start to really reconnect, and that we start to value our relationship with the God of our understanding. We start to value that. Unfortunately, it's not a value because we're being bombarded with, here's the teaching part, we're being bombarded with these different images that make God boring. Right. We think that, let me be transparent. Let's be real. Okay. I went to church. I went to church for about 10 to 12 years. Every Sunday, every Tuesday, I participated in a whole bunch of ministerial events. And you know what I did when I got out of church? The same thing I shouldn't have been doing when I got out of there. So just because you go to church, it doesn't mean that you changing, that you transforming. So a lot of people are under this impression that I need to go to church, but you can go to church and still stay the same.
Hold up.
Oh yeah, we gonna go there.
No, let's go there because I'm in church every Sunday. I'm a minister, Bible study and all that great stuff. And the thing is that it's an individual process. You know what I mean? The thing is that when you're in church, you're being around people who believe. It's a community. It's a fellowship. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is that it's participatory. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you want to be I'm trying to take another trade. If you want to be a motivational speaker or a motivational speaker, you're going to be around motivational speakers.
Come on.
Right?
Come on.
If you want to be a financial representative or whatever the case is, deal with finances, you're going to find somebody in that community. Right? If you want to grow spiritually, worship God with people that of like minds and we trying to all get better, you need to go to church. I feel like the thing is that people are so consumed with following the pastor, following the pastor and the things of that nature. The thing is that it's about relationship with God. I think we all have been in a place. I have been in a place where I party. Hey, the same, after Sunday, our Sunday at 2:00, 3:00 when church was over, I walked away doing the same things, but it was about my relationship with God. Mm-hmm. And the thing is, it was participatory. Because the thing is, some people sit in church and won't receive.
Right.
So you got to be open and willing. The fact that you got your spirit, you got to allow your spirit, your human spirit, commune with God's spirit.
So on that note, right, to add to what you're saying and be clear of what it was that I was saying, right, which is fine, right? We need this energy because it's late and people are tired. They had a long day and people really, just, attention spans are short and low, right?
Don't come for me.
But here's the point that I'm trying to make, right? Here's the point that I'm making. I'm not knocking, right? Church. All I'm saying is, and sharing my experience, is that I left doing the same things and I wasn't being transformed by the experience.
So let me ask you a question. How did you, or what happened? What did you do to not be the same? Like, what was the difference? What changed?
Oh, that's an easy answer. The easy answer to that question is I lost it all. Mm-hmm. I lost it all doing what I wanted to do. Mm-hmm. I realized how many people I was hurting doing what I wanted to do. I realized how hurt I was. Nothing was coming together. So it became very clear that my way wasn't working. That's the answer. So I'm using God to push agendas that's not working for me. I'm saying things in the name of God that's not working for me. So it became very clear. So when you say surrender and stop suppressing, that's what I had to do.
So you became aware.
Very much so.
You became aware. You became tired of your situation, and you became aware knowing that what you were doing, because what you were doing, what you wanted to do wasn't working.
Let's go deeper.
Okay.
I'm agreeing with you. I wasn't working. It wasn't my situation.
Oh, no.
I wasn't working.
Oh, that's what I mean by you. Yeah.
No, I want to take ownership because sometimes,
ownership.
and I want to be clear with the conversation because I think that sometimes when we refer to situation or circumstance or others, we can sometimes unconsciously, unknowingly not take responsibility or ownership for the part that we play and why things are not working out the way that it's working out. It's like relationships. I can focus on why this relationship didn't work, and I can tell you why this person was this kind of way, and this is why it didn't work. And I'm not taking ownership for why it didn't work because of the part that I played. No, I got to take ownership too. I enabled, I allowed, I rationalized, I justified, I made excuses. I didn't do certain things, and that's why that relationship didn't work. So I'm just as guilty as the person that I'm in my feelings with for why this thing didn't work. So all I'm doing is in this conversation is saying these dreams that I now have is a result of what I lost and my free will to do what I wanted to do, hoping that God blessed my mess. That's why it didn't work. That's why I'm able to write what it is that I'm writing. That's why I'm able to operate with this space and this energy, because I've made the connection that all I wanted was my way, and my way disconnected me from God.
You know what? Let me tell you something. When you always want it your way, when you always is about you, your agenda, and not surrendering, I'm gonna tell you something. And when you're not surrendering your will, it's not gonna work. Let me tell you, it might work for a little period of time, but it's not going.
Can we label that real quick? Keep going, but I want to label it.
It's not going to work.
Periods of pleasure. Keep going.
Okay.
That's how we're gonna call it.
You know what I mean? It's not going to work. And my thing is that people think they can just operate. You know, that's why you think you're just gonna operate and do things on your own, or, you know. You gotta surrender. You gotta surrender, because what God has in mind for you is so much greater. It's so much greater. And the thing is that you can go to the next. It's not about going to the next level and being successful, but it's really about being who God has called you to be.
Can we say it this way? Thank you. I'm sorry, but I gotta say this. But I'm sorry.
You interrupted me. Again.
But no, because I want to identify with the listener.
Okay.
The listener is identifying or probably associating or equating surrender with perfection.
No, that ain't it.
It's not doing wrong. It's doing everything right. Surrender is living truth now. That's what surrender is. It's not perfection. It's living truth. Mm-hmm. And when you live your truth, you get an opportunity to start to live the life that you was created to live.
Living your authentic self, being okay with who you are.
There you go.
Where you are, and allowing God to allowing God to order your steps.
There you go.
Allowing God to allowing God to guide you. Because the thing is that if you do not surrender, right, you get wrapped up in your feelings. You get wrapped up in your emotions. You know what I mean? That's what stops us. Because the thing is that, goodness, I can't. I'm gonna try to break it down as much as I can. The thing is that our emotions and how we feel, you know, stops us from allowing our spirits to lead.
Come on.
You know what I mean? Because we feel a certain way. It keeps us in a place of not creating. It keeps us in a place of going into relationships that are not good for us. It keeps us in a place of being stagnant and not growing, you know, and not growing. So the thing is that if you allow, because our feelings, we said last week, you can't trust your feelings. You can't trust your emotions.
That's good.
They change.
That's good.
They change. You might feel one way tonight, feel something totally different tomorrow.
Come on.
That is you. That's your will. That's who you are. That's not your spirit. You know, you understand what I'm saying?
Yes.
So the thing is that if you allow and say, you know what, God, I want, or allow your spirit to connect with God's spirit and say, you know what, God, I want to do whatever you're calling me to do, or I want to operate how you want me to operate.
That's good.
Then you'll start moving and allowing God's spirit to lead you. But people are like, well, how do I get there?
So I'm glad you just.
How do I get there? Because I'm gonna tell you how I get. I want you tell me how you got there. I'm gonna tell you how I got there on a path of wanting to be more connected. So that's the thing, is that we can encourage everybody every single day, but we got to give you application, right?
And I love the language that you're using, which is great, right? Because somebody can interpret this conversation as being beat up, being spiritually beat up, right? Because again,
get sponsorship.
Yeah, so Arizona need to cut us a check, right? So check it out, right? They can interpret this conversation as being spiritually abused and beat up. So I don't want to hear that, right? You're focusing on what I'm doing wrong, right? And you're not giving me solution. You're not giving me spiritual suggestion. So when you just said what you just said, here's two things that come to my mind as I'm listening to you.
Okay, I'm gonna write it down for the callers. For the listeners.
Vision and energy, high level energy. Because my bro, Pastor Shane, he told me stop just saying energy, because we're not talking about regular energy. We're talking about high-level energy, because that energy comes from up above. But what I'm talking to and what I'm referring to in this conversation with is, I think that many of us struggle sometimes with staying in relationships and connections or attitudes and behaviors because there's no vision. Scripture talks about the people perish when there's no vision. So if you're not able to see beyond what you've been through and what you're going through, it's going to be difficult for you to actually surrender to God and actually say, yo, God, I want what you want for me. You can't get to that point because you don't see beyond what you've been through and where you are. So it's become very difficult. So I think that until you surrender, until you let go of the hurt, the pain, the shame, the embarrassment, the childhood, the daddy who wasn't there, the mommy who wasn't there, whatever the circumstance was for you, until you let some of that stuff go, and the character, there it is, thank you, God, the character that has been created, because there was a character that was created before I got to this place. There was a character that I allowed to be created because of the pain that I was in. And you know what I operated from? Action. Every time I heard action, I was that character. That wasn't who I was created to be.
That was your will and what you were doing.
It was my will. It became my will. But my pain shaped me into a character that I didn't know pain was molding me into. I thought I was cool being who the block and the hood made me to be.
Trying to fit in.
Very much so. So I didn't know that. And this is the struggle that many people have. So I'm not trying to beat somebody up for being who they are. I don't think that they realize that there's a greater version of themselves because the environments that we come from, and then the social things, right? The wickedness in high places, right? We're not just we're not just placed in some of these communities and environments by happenstance, right? We got years. I mean, we can go into our seminary company. We got years of being enslaved and oppressed and marginalized. So there's social constructs that play a major part in why many of us are dealing with some of the struggles and addictions and issues that we have. So we also have to factor that in. My point is, we have to learn how to value wanting to be taught how to see beyond the pain that we're in.
I want to ask you a question about
Sure.
that. So you said number one, vision, right? And be able to see beyond the pain.
Come on.
How do I get there to see beyond the pain? Am I tired? Do I like?
Yes.
Keep
going. Yes.
How do I get there to be able to see beyond the pain? Because if I still have things something is blocking my vision, right? Something is blocking that. So how do I even get to that point to be able to have this vision?
They have this saying, right? And I heard it years ago. It says, when the pain outweighs the pleasure, you make a change. Mm-hmm. If you're not changing, it's because you're still enjoying the pleasure from engaging in whatever behaviors that you're doing. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm just making a point.
No, right. Which is great. And I'm glad that we overemphasizing your will versus...
Because it's real. Free will is crazy.
And
I hate it.
I love the
conversation. To a certain point.
I love it because
I'm like, just
the free will piece is the reason why I think that many people are struggling with dreaming again.
Yes, are in places and can't dream and see beyond.
There you go. So here's the connection, hopefully, that we're helping somebody make.
I'm sorry. I don't want to take you off.
No, it's fine.
We said vision first, and then we said
vision and energy.
Energy.
Today, only by the grace, right? I'm able to operate from this energetic space, this space of this energetic purpose, right? Not this emotional space. Because to your point, feelings come and go. They change. One moment I'm happy, the next moment I'm sad, I'm discouraged, I'm depressed. And I'm looking for somebody to rescue me, to make me feel better about what it is that I'm feeling. And when nobody comes, I'm even more worse than what I was. So it's like, you're not operating the way I want you to operate. You're not being the way I want you to be. So I'm even more angry and I'm even more disappointed because you're supposed to understand what I'm going through. And you're not understanding what I'm going through. And you're not being the way I need you to be. So you know what? You don't care either. So it becomes, it goes from like dim to dark to darker to it's I'm in hell right now. And that's a lot of power to be given to somebody when that power, I believe spiritually now, belongs to God. And I value now my energy now over my emotion because I can't risk and afford to be in that emotional place, because in that emotional space, attached to my free will, I don't evolve, I don't transform, I don't heal, I don't grow, I don't create. Nothing new comes in. And you operate in your free will. And the thing is that you keep making the same mistake over and over and over again, because God is like, there you go.
I have you. Okay, so I need you to learn this lesson, right?
There you go.
I need you to learn this lesson.
That's good. You stay there.
The thing is that you keep staying there because you want to stay there, but then you're going from one situation to another, maybe a different name.
Same.
But the same situation, but a different name.
And the same you.
Same situation, the same you.
There you go.
You're going to repeat.
There you go.
Right? Because of your will. This is what I want. This is what I desire. And God is saying, I need to teach you something you didn't learn from the first situation. So you're going to be in the same situation with a different name and the same you.
Right.
Until you get it. So the thing is that the free will keep you going in circles.
So now that you've expounded so eloquently and been able to articulate that point,
call in.
We got a caller?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh,
call
okay.
in. We want people to chime in the conversation. I'm interested.
If there's anybody who's still rocking with us tonight, please call in. I know this is how me and Whit do sometimes. Our conversations become so intense that
like on the phone, like we were on the phone for probably like an hour and some change.
We're just going crazy,
like
going back and forth, debating, agreeing, pouring into one another. So if there's anybody out there who's still tuned in, please give us a call. 914-969-6499, 718-705-4959. If there's anybody out there who still wants to ask a question, who's actually staying with us, who's vibing with us, and they feel like they want to bring a voice to this conversation, please call in. We want to hear from you.
And the thing is that when we're having these conversations, I don't want you to think that we're beating up on you. You know what I mean? Like, we understand the struggle. We understand what it.
We come from the struggle.
We still have our own struggles. And the thing is that, it's not as easy. It's not easy. It's not just something that you have to be intentional about it, but you have to get to a different place spiritually, or you got to want it. I mean, I used to be at one point so emotional where, look, I was sending those emotional text messages. Like, I was just reacting for emotion. You know what I mean? Like, craziness or being in a place of my feelings, I would stop creating. I would want to sit in the bed all day, but I couldn't. But thank God I had a son, because I had to get up and go to work. But if I ain't have my son, it'll be different times. I want to just sit in the house. I didn't want to create. I didn't want to finish doing what I was doing because I was in my feelings. It stopped you from doing from creating.
And I love what you said.
I had to get to a point.
And I love what we're doing because somebody can connect with that, right? And for myself, it was being strong and wrong. You can be so wrong and strong, right? You know you're wrong.
You know you're wrong,
right? and wrong and strong with being stubborn and sarcastic. Where in that sarcasm and being stubborn, you're not creating. You're not envisioning, right? You're wallowing in whatever the problem is. You done told 500 people already about what the problem is. You need 500 more people to tell what the problem is, right? So it's like you never make the connection that in that space, this is not working for me. This is not good for me.
It keeps you in that space, though, when you keep having the conversations or the emotional conversations. You're telling those people, it keeps you there.
And you get an attitude when somebody tells you
the truth.
the truth and that you need to let it go.
Right.
You need to try something different. That's not working for you. So you cut them off, you block them, you unfollow them because they told you what everybody else allows you to kind of just have this pity party with. And you never make the connection in that space that I'm staying the same. I say this saying a lot now. We, people can stay the same and get worse at the same time. So you say
that again.
You can stay the same and get worse at the same time. So they say, Dwayne, what do you mean by that? Well, at 15, you was this angry person. You had anger issues. Here you are now at 40. 25 years have went by and you're still angry. You stayed the same. You got worse at the same time.
It's harder for you to get out that anger.
So now you think that this is me. Well, I'm angry. Everybody knows it. This is me. And you don't think that it's worth changing because here we go. Here's the connection. You don't have any vision, anything that inspires you to look beyond where you are. So there's no reason to change it and fix it. And I think that that's the reason why many are experiencing the difficulty with dreaming again. I don't have a dream. I don't have a vision. I don't see beyond because I've been this character and this identity for so long that if you take this from me, who am I? I don't know who I am if I give up being the liar, if I give up being the cheater, if I give up being the manipulator. If I give all of that stuff up, who am I going to be now? I've been this way for the last 20 years. I don't know who I'm going to be. And here's where relationship with God comes into play because God can restore it. God can redeem it. God can give you the identity that you was created to be.
Give yourself permission to allow your spirit to connect with God.
I love it. Say it again, Whit.
Give yourself permission.
I love it.
Allow yourself permission.
Give yourself permission. Go ahead. Say it, please.
Give yourself, when you're in the moment, give yourself permission to allow your spirit to connect with God.
That's good.
Because the thing is that, and as you were talking, I was just feeling like, not sad, but really, feeling, thinking about people who are really stuck in some places. You know what I mean? Really stuck in the dirt, the hole, the mud, the darkness, because that darkness, the enemy works through your mind, works through your mind and just will keep you in a place. And a lot of people are like, dang, I love what y'all saying. I want to see beyond my pain. I want to turn my pain into purpose. I want to see beyond this thing, and I want to dream again because I do have a dream. Mm-hmm. They do have a dream. They just can't see it manifesting. And I'm like, and they're like, how do I get there? I want to get there. So the thing is, as we were just talking, it's just like, as you were saying, I just feel like I feel for the people who want to get there.
Let me say this.
You know what I'm saying?
And I love what you just said, right?
Because I've been there.
And here's a potential possible solution, right? For that person who's watching or who will listen.
They love it. Mm-hmm.
I shared this morning. I said, when I realized, and this really, and I'm not saying this for the sake of just saying it. I mean this.
I know who you are.
When I realized that people only loved parts of me and not all of me, I didn't have a problem now envisioning ahead. I think that we stay stuck because that space that you're talking about, initially it's the feeling that has me feeling that way. Spiritually, and wisdom now educates me and enlightens me to say that that's an optional space. You're choosing to stay there. That's an optional space. You don't have to stay there. You want to get out of there, but you don't have. There's not this willingness, this value of you wanting to get out of that optional state. It's optional. You don't got to stay. Nobody's holding you to that state. You're choosing to stay there because what you're doing and what I did when I was there was I was so busy lamenting, crying, complaining about what happened, and crying and complaining about who left, what went wrong, and I wish that daddy was still here, and my mom died, and oh my God, because don't get it twisted. We're not talking as if we haven't been through things. You're listening to a person who had to bury his mother. You're listening to a person who lost his father. You're listening to a person who spent 5 years to life in jail. You're listening to a person who lost relationships, who took advantage, who used, who manipulated because of the hurt and the pain that I was in. You're not listening to somebody who always did right, who still always does right. That's not true. You're listening to somebody who's still learning and figuring it out, but I choose not to stay stuck in that emotional prison that's not doing anything for me. It's not allowing me to create, to envision, to become a better version of me, to become the authentic me. So I've learned that space is an optional space. I'm not choosing it today. So when I learned that in that space that people only loved parts of me, and I realized that God loved all of me, I didn't stay in that space no more. I refuse to stay in that space now, because everybody knows within their heart of hearts, in their spirits, that everybody knows that people that they are connected to or associates with, that they know within their heart of hearts, past the depression, past the stress, past the shame and the pain and the mistakes, you know that this person or these people only love you for these reasons. If you decide to ever open up and decide to share your authentic true self, that these people will walk away from you if you decided to really reveal it all. And that's that space that keeps you there. But when you really realize that God loves all of you, and I mean all of you, you will become free and you will start to envision beyond and more than what you've been through. So for me, I was able to break free because I realized that God loved all of me, and I stopped focusing on the people who only love parts of me. That's what set me free. And I think that that's the solution, hopefully, for somebody that they can connect with today. Because you know that if you decide to tell your mate or your friends, whatever it is that you decide to tell them, that they don't know about you, and if they switch up on you, they only love parts of you. They don't love all of you. I want people who love all of me. I'm praying for people who love all of you. If they don't love all of you, they're not assigned to you. They're not connected to you. They're not connected to your next level. They're not connected to your 5 years, to your next 10 years. They're not connected to your breakthrough, to your healing. They only connected to you because your insecurity, your inadequacy is the reason why they're messing with you in the first place. I'm sorry for going off.
Nah, that's cool. Because we talked about that. Even talked about this in our conversations.
We got 5 more minutes.
That pain connects to pain, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you notice? What I want you guys to do is when you meet people or even assess your relationships, assess the people in your lives. What's the connection you have with that person? What connected you to that person?
That's good.
Because we connect, based off of what we're going through,
what we've been through.
We connect. So I want you to assess how you connected to the people the people that are in your lives.
That's
you know
good.
what I mean? I'm at a place now, and I know I want people to be there. Is that I want people to connect to my spirit. I want them spirit connections. You know what I mean? The divine connections.
Not them soul ties. Not them soul ties.
First of all, oh God.
Them spirit connections.
Hold up. The soul ties. The soul is your free will. Your soul is your emotions. The soul is what your what you want. What you want. But the spirit connection is what God wants. Divine connections. That's a different type of conversation. But the thing is that I want you to assess your relationships. Assess what you're connected to. Okay?
That's a great thing to end
this
on
week.
That's a great thing to end
Until we come back next Thursday, we can ask them. And we want y'all to call in. Assess your relationships. Assess what you're connected to.
Why are you connected?
Why are you connected? What connected you?
Where's the fruit from the connection?
Where's the fruit from connection, or
where's the vision?
Did you say the vision?
We can add. We can keep going.
Okay, where's the fruit?
What do you
vision?
see?
What do you see? But then also, did it grow you? Is it growing you?
Oh God,
or is it keeping you stagnant?
Who am I becoming messing with you?
High five.
Oh my God, who am I becoming messing with you?
Okay, Wait. So
Who am I
write this down,
becoming?
Dwayne,
Messing
stop.
with
You keep going. So I'm gonna write this down so we can come back to this.
Yeah.
So we said we want you to assess your connections.
Yeah, let's
right?
write it down.
So assess
This is coming back next week, y'all. Assess your connection.
Connections.
Is it a soul tie
Wait,
or is it a spiritual
Is
connection?
it a soul tie or spiritual? And let's break this down because let's just break it down a little bit more. So, is the connection growing you?
Yes.
Right?
Is there vision?
Is there vision?
Is there fruit?
Fruit?
And who am I becoming messing with you?
Who are you becoming?
Who am I becoming? Not what you doing for me and how you making me feel. I'm sorry, Whit. We ain't got a lot of time left.
I know, but Cruzo's in like 3 minutes.
So, no, but I got to say that because.
Wait, I'm trying to write it down. Becoming.
All right, let me calm down. But
Yes,
here's my point, though. Right?
What?
Who am I becoming messing with you? Who am I becoming in connection with you? Who am I becoming in connection with you? And the reason why I'm raising that question with is because where people are getting stuck at. Thank you, God. Oh, God. Where people are all getting stuck at is because they're only focusing on how somebody's making them feel and what somebody's doing for them, not who they are becoming.
Becoming you in spite of them. Okay. So yes, connections is it growing you? Are you seeing the vision? Is there fruit being birthed from the connection?
Yes.
Or is it keeping you stagnant?
Yes.
Is it keeping you
Stuck? That's the word.
Is it keeping you in a place of inconsistency?
Ooh,
right?
Instability, insanity, inconsistency. Oh my God! Keep going.
Hey,
keep going.
You going too fast.
I'm sorry, Whit.
Insanity, inconsistency, instability.
Yeah. Homicidal, suicidal, depressed, stressed out, not eating, losing weight, gaining weight. Come on, I'm sorry.
Not creating.
Quitting your job. Come on, keep going.
Your job, but not creating. You just sitting there worrying about what they doing. You not doing. We want you to assess
Let's get to the work.
The relationships that you have in your life, the connections.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Let's do that. That's their homework. We never gave our
homework. Viewers
and listeners
followers,
homework, followers, whatever you know.
Oh! Who's on the line?
We got one more minute.
Who's on the line?
Hi, this is Andress.
Hey, Andress, how you doing tonight?
You call that 929. Hey, Andress.
Hey, how you guys doing?
We doing all right. We fired up over here. We got about a minute left on the show. You calling right before the time is. What you got for us, Andress? Thank you for calling in.
Well, I thank you so much for taking the time out. I'm going to make this real quick, but I know your topic tonight is I have a dream. And, sometimes I mean, after reading the book and, looking through, some excerpts that you guys had in the book, when you talk about being authentic, I mean, I'm working at a job right now where I feel like I was promoted, but I'm not living my dream. And I have a dream to do a lot better, and I've spent so much money on my education and trying to get things done and set things up in the right place, but I'm just not happy. So, I mean, I really would like some tips. I know you don't have a lot of time, but if you can give me one or two things to try to help me kind of like, set my goals, stick to it, and get on the right path, I could use a little bit of motivation.
Dwayne touched me, so he wants to answer that question.
The other day I talked about that in one of my morning videos. I talked about the difference between happy and energy, and I talked about how happy is an emotional it's an emotional state that comes and goes. Energy is consistent. And I think that we've been conditioned to desire happiness more than we're being taught how to value and embrace this idea of being energy. So I think that when we become, or rather embrace this concept and this ideology of energy, that in being consistent with energy, we will start to place ourselves on the paths that energy and your gift attached to purpose will equate to a level of happiness that regular happiness cannot do for you.
Right.
So hopefully I'm able to speak to what it is that you're actually feeling. Whatever your gift is, if we don't know what that is, let's start to, tap into different resources, different friendships, different connections of individuals who will actually help you pull that stuff out where you know what your gift is, and you can start operating from your gift and not from your lack. operating from your gift and not from fear of being able to provide, because if I don't work this job, what I'm going to do? That I have to make God bigger than my fear. I got to make God bigger than my circumstance. I got to make God bigger than what I want happiness to be. I got to make God bigger than my will is what I have to do. And as I do that, I will start to tap into a level of energy.
Operate from a period of lack.
There you go. We will start to operate. I love that word. Keep going. We will start to operate from a spirit of purpose and an energy that will usher us onto new paths. Because I think that we take jobs thinking that the job is going to be great because of the benefits and the pay, and then we work these jobs and we're unhappy and they're not fulfilling, it's not meaningful, it's not purposeful, and now we're sad and we're stressed, we're depressed, and you know, it's just horrible, and we're never tapping into what the gift is.
We take jobs because of the comfortability, because we are scared. Okay? And I'm going to be transparent. I have taken plenty of jobs because I have a child, I got bills and all this other stuff, right? I have taken jobs for the money. I'm not going to front because of
familiarity, responsibility,
all that stuff.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But then once you feel like, you know, you're not growing, it's not making you happy, you know, you gotta, you know, you'll be in a place where, you know what, I can't do this. I gotta find a way to really work in or go where God is calling me to go. So I mean, you know,
and I want to deal with the idea. I want to deal with the idea of happy, right? Because that comes and goes. It's the mindset of purpose. I want purpose more than I want happy.
Right.
Because in purpose, I don't lack. In happy, it
varies.
It varies. It shifts.
It changes.
It's not consistent.
It's your feelings.
I want purpose and I want energy and I want to find out what my gift is so I can live that life. In that life, I'm operating from a place of meaning and purpose, not happy.
Right, because I'm sorry. Can I
go?
Say something? Because the thing
we
is
wrapping
that
it up. Go.
In the purpose, and when you're operating from a place of purpose, you're not wrapped up in emotion. So it's going to be those times where you have the trial tribulations. It's going to be those times where you have those joyful moments.
That's right.
But it's not going to affect you.
That's
because you're operating from a place of purpose
and energy.
It doesn't control you and energy.
So thank you, Andreas, for calling in.
Sorry,
we over the limit.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you so much for giving us a call.
Late.
Please call in next week. We want to hear more from you. We got homework. So please call in.
Pray us out.
We're going to pray us out. God, we thank you for another powerful session. Week 5. Thank you for the conversation of I Have a Dream. We ask that you bless every person who called in, who tuned in, Facebook, Instagram, and everybody who will listen in on SoundCloud and on In the Mix Radio, that you bless their mind, that you anoint their mind, that they are able to embrace this idea of energy and purpose and dreaming again and not staying stuck in the prisons of shame and pain and guilt and frustration and disconnection from God. We ask that you bless everybody across the world, wherever they're listening from, God, and that you meet their needs. We believe that you are bigger than whatever the circumstance is that they've been crying about, that they've been complaining about, and that they think is bigger than you. So this is our prayer on tonight. We thank you for another week. We pray that you strengthen us and keep us for another week, and we come back week 6 stronger than ever before, God. This is our prayer. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Yeah. Thank you all for calling in.
Thank you, guys.
InTheMixRadio.com.
Conversations with Whitney and Dwayne. We
get the book. We want to hear from y'all. We just getting warmed up. Round of applause to everybody who called in.
Thank you for your support.
24 hours a day, 7 days a week. We jamming? Hell yeah, we jamming. In the